Hi, my name is Caitlin. Welcome to my channel. Today we'll start our workout with setting an intention. The intention will be I honor my body. My first experience with Pilates was at 15 or 16 years old. I would go to Donna Tambruzzi's wellness studio in Haddon Heights, New Jersey. I had a Pilates instructor who was in her early 20s, so she was a role model, big sister figure for me. One day she came to class and she explained that the choreography that she was practicing before our mat session was a dance where she had to wear combat boots, steel-toed combat boots, and that she was very tired. So if you feel a little bit tired today, remember to honor your body. Let's repeat the intention. I honor my body 3 times silently to ourselves. Take a deep breath in. And exhale. Take another deep breath in. And slowly exhale. Take one more deep breath in, filling your lungs up just before the point that you're straining. And slowly let all the air out. I hope you enjoy this intention, and let's get started with class. You can come seated on your mat with your knees bent, your feet flat on the floor. Put one hand just below each knee joint. From here, you're going to tuck your chin to your chest, round your spine to a C curve, roll back halfway. Exhale, roll up to the start position. Inhale, tuck your chin to your chest, C curve, sinking your navel into your spine. Exhale, roll up to the start position. We'll do 2 more this way. Exhale, roll up. Last one. Roll back halfway. Exhale, roll up. Now you'll lift your hands to chest height, and we'll continue. Inhale, tuck your chin to your chest, roll back halfway. Shoulders are broad. Exhale, roll up. Inhale, roll back halfway. Scoop your navel in and roll up. Inhale, roll back. Exhale, roll up. Now we'll do one last variation where your hands are still at chest height. You're going to inhale, roll back halfway. Reach your arms overhead. Scoop your abs in and bring your arms over top of your knees. And then sit back up straight with a long back and an attenuated neck. Inhale, roll back halfway. Reach your arms straight overhead. Your shoulders should still be down and back. Scoop your abs in and reach your arms over top of your knees. When you're back at the start position, you can articulate your spine up to a long, flat back. Good job. Bring your hands down by your side, and you can scoot to the front edge of your mat. You're going to place your left hand slightly above your left ankle and your right hand slightly above your right ankle. Lift your feet off the mat and balance on your sits bones. We're going to do rolling like a ball. You can rest your forehead on your knees or look at your thighs. Inhale, roll back to your shoulder girdles. Exhale, roll up, balancing on your sits bones. Inhale, roll back. Exhale, roll up. You want to use your core the entire time. As you roll up and balance, you'll feel your lower abdominals engage. This will help you balance. Exhale, roll up. We'll do 3 more. Inhale, roll back to your shoulder girdle. Try to stay off your neck. You don't want to roll back quite that far. Last 2. Good job. Last one. Inhale, roll back. Exhale, roll up. Now we'll transition into open leg rocker. So I'm balancing on my sits bones. I'm going to extend my right leg to a high diagonal, about 45-degree angle, and then my left leg will come to a high diagonal also. My legs are externally rotated. If you need to bend your knees and hold on behind your thighs, you can also do that as a modification. From here, you'll tuck your chin to your chest, roll back, tap your toes on the floor behind you if you choose. Exhale, roll up, balance on your sits bones. Inhale, roll back, tap your toes. Exhale, roll up. Are your legs still laterally rotated as you complete these exercises? Inhale, roll back, tap your toes. Exhale, roll up. For an added challenge, you can move your hands up to your feet. Inhale, roll back. Exhale, roll up. I usually need to use a little more momentum when I'm holding on to the outsides of my feet. I'm going to lower my hands right above my ankles again. Exhale, roll up. Now you'll bend your left leg, place your left foot on the floor, bend your right leg, place your right foot on the floor. I moved up a little bit off my mat, so I'm going to scoot back. My heels are at the front edge of my mat, and my legs are separated mat distance apart. My ankles are flexed, and my toes are relaxed, so my toes are pointed up towards the sky. Bring your arms out to a T. You can twist from the waist up towards the right. Dive forward, sawing off your right pinky toe with your left pinky in 3 sawing motions. Inhale, return to center with a tall, flat back and a long neck. Now rotate towards the left. Dive forward, sawing off your left pinky toe with your right pinky. Inhale, return to center. Great job. I hope these feel good. We'll do 2 more sets. Rotate to the right. Dive forward, saw off 1, 2, 3. You really want your left sit bones to stay in contact to the mat when you rotate to the right. Rotate to the left. Dive forward. Saw off 1, 2, 3. Is your right hip bone, sit bone in contact with the mat now? Last set. Twist to the right 1 more time. Dive forward. 1, 2, 3. Inhale, return to center. Exhale, rotate to the left. Dive forward. Saw off your left pinky toe 1 last time. Inhale, return to center. And you can bring your hands down by your side. Now you're going to scoot to the front edge of your mat again and articulate down 1 vertebra at a time until your back is flat on the mat. From here, you can bend your right knee into tabletop, then your left knee will come to meet it in tabletop, and you'll extend your legs straight up towards the ceiling. We're going to do corkscrew. So you can, as a modification, if you're new, you can put your arms out to a T and you're just going to let your legs fall outside the right side of your torso as long as your left shoulder stays in contact with the mat. Sink your abs in and bring your legs back to center. Then you'll bring your legs over to the outside of the left side of your torso as long as your right shoulder stays in contact with the mat. Sink your navel into the spine. Keep your ribs knit in and bring your legs back to center or to your midline. For the full corkscrew variation, you're going to bring your legs over to your right shoulder, out around in front of you, and then over to the left. Exhale your legs over behind you. Tap your toes above your left toe or your left ear, and then roll down the side of the spine, your left side of the spine that you just rolled back on. Now we'll switch directions, so your legs come out around in front of you, circling around again, over to the right. Tap your toes above your right shoulder by your right ear. Roll down the same side of the spine, the right side of your spine that you just rolled back on. We'll do 3 more. Circle your legs out around in front of you. Tap your toes above your left shoulder. Roll back down that same side of the spine. Circle your legs out and around in front of you. Exhale your legs over behind you. Tap your toes above your right ear. Now we'll circle our legs out and around in front of us 1 more time. Tap the toes above the right ear. And now you're going to square your hips off towards the ground And slowly, with control, squeezing your inner thighs together, articulate down till your legs are at straight up towards the ceiling again. Your legs are glued together, your feet are in a Pilates V, and now we'll do jackknife. So you're going to inhale your legs over, so you're balancing on your shoulder girdle, pike your legs straight up towards the ceiling, inhale them down an inch, and then with control, maintaining the same distance between your thighs and your chest, you're going to articulate down to the start position where your legs will end at 90 degrees, straight up towards the ceiling or sky. Inhale your legs over, balancing on your shoulder girdle. Exhale your legs straight up towards the ceiling. Inhale your legs down an inch or two towards your chest. Now maintaining the same distance between your thighs and chest. You're really going to have to sink your navel into your spine and engage your core. You're going to articulate down one vertebra at a time to the start position. Let's do 2 more. Inhale your legs over, balance on your shoulder girdle. Exhale your legs straight up. Inhale your legs down an inch, and then articulate down one vertebra at a time. You want to keep your ribs knit in while you do this. Last one. Inhale your legs over, balancing on your shoulder girdle. Exhale your legs straight up towards the sky or the ceiling. Inhale your legs down an inch. And with control, paint your toes across the ceiling away from you. Now you can bend your knees into your chest. Place your left foot on the floor. Place your right foot on the floor. And you can shimmy back on your mat. And we'll do a teaser series. So you want to be laying down in the center of your mat. For a variation of teaser, if you're new, you can have your knees bent, your feet flat on the floor. Your arms will reach straight overhead. From here, you're going to inhale, bring your arms to chest height, and articulate up one vertebra at a time. Exhale, roll down slowly and with control. Now you can extend your right knee up to a high diagonal, so it's glued to your left knee. You'll bring your hands down towards your thighs. Articulate up one vertebra at a time till you're in a V-sit position or half V-sit position, and then articulate down onto the mat. Now we'll switch feet, so your right foot will come to the mat and your left foot will come to a high diagonal. Your left leg will come to a high diagonal. From here, you'll bring your arms to chest height, sink your abs in, keep your ribs knit in as you come to a half V-sit position. And from here, you're going to articulate down slowly and with control until your arms are back overhead. You can continue with any of those modifications. I'm going to do a few full teasers. So my arms will be overhead and my legs will be long out in front of me with my feet in a Pilates V. Now I'm going to tuck my chin to my chest, come to a V-sit position with my arms at chest height, and articulate down. I want my toes and my eyes to hit the mat at the same time. Great job. I hope you're enjoying this work. Inhale, come to a V-sit position. Your legs are still laterally rotated. And then exhale, roll down one vertebra at a time, making sure your eyes and toes hit the mat at the same time. Let's do 2 more. Inhale, come to a V-sit position. This time, if you choose, you can reach your arms overhead for more of a challenge. Exhale, articulate down, back onto the mat. Last time, good job. Inhale, tuck your chin to your chest. Your hands come just above your thighs as your body comes to a V-sit. Reach your arms overhead, stretch, reach for the ceiling or the sky. Great job, and slowly with control, articulate down and rest. Now we can do a roll up. So if your arms are overhead, you can keep them there. If you need to put your arms overhead, go ahead and tuck your chin to your chest, bring your hands over your thighs, scoop your abs in, roll up and over. Take a deep breath in and exhale. And slowly articulate up till you're seated. From here, we'll do spine twist. So your legs are long on the mat. Your feet are in a Pilates V. You can bring your arms out to a T. From here, you will rotate towards the left in 2 movements. So you're going to rotate and then you're pulse a second time, rotate or pulsing deeper into the twist. Inhale back to center, rotate to the right twice. The second twist will take you deeper into the stretch than the first twist. Inhale back to center. We'll do 2 more. Rotate to the left 2 times. Exhale, return to center with a long, tall, flat back. Rotate to the right from the waist up, from the navel up. Inhale back to center. There's the tendency for one of your legs to shift out longer than the other as you rotate and twist and look behind you. You want to try to make sure your legs stay symmetrical the entire time. Both legs are glued together. Last one, rotate to the right. Pulse once, pulse twice, going slightly deeper into the twist, and then return to center. You can bring your arms down by your side, and we're going to do a side ab series. Lie on your right side so that your body's in one long straight line in the center of your mat. Did I say right side? I'm lying on my left side. You can choose whichever side you want. From here, my top arm, my right arm, the palm of my right hand is pressing into the mat in front of my hips, and my left arm is long and my head is rested on my left arm. From here, you're going to inhale, lift your top leg to hip height, flex your foot, lengthen it long as you lower it back down to the mat. Inhale, lift your top leg to hip height, flex the foot, lengthen it long as you lower it back down. We'll do 3 more. Wow, the sun is really bright, so if I'm grimacing, I apologize. 2 more. Inhale, lift the top leg to hip height, flex the foot, and extend it and lengthen it as you lower it back down to the left leg that's on the mat. Last one. Inhale, flex, lengthen, and lower. Now we're going to do double leg lift. So your inner thighs are glued together, your heels are glued together, heels together, toes apart. Inhale, lift both legs off the mat. Exhale, glue your inner thighs together as you lower both legs back down to the mat. Great job. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lengthen and lower. We'll do 4 more. Exhale, lower. There's the tendency for your top hip to roll back. Try to keep your hips stacked. Exhale, lower. Last 2, you'll probably have to remind yourself to engage your core, sink your belly button into your spine for stability. Last 1, inhale, lift. Exhale, lengthen your legs both as they lower back down to the mat. Now we'll do single leg lift. So I'm going to inhale, lift my top leg to hip height. Exhale, lift my bottom leg to meet my top leg, and lower both legs back down to the mat together. Great job. Inhale, lift the top leg. Exhale, lift the bottom leg to meet the top leg, and lengthen both legs as they lower back down to the mat. We'll do 3 more. Inhale, lift. I'm lifting my right leg. My left leg is coming to meet my right leg. They're both suspended in space, and then you'll exhale and lower them back down. Last 2. Inhale, lift the top leg, lift the bottom leg, sink your navel into your spine as you lengthen both legs down. Last 1. Inhale, lift the top leg 1 more time. Bring the left leg up to meet the top leg and extend both legs as they lower down to the mat. Now we'll do small circles. So lift your top leg. I'm lifting my right leg to hip height, and I'm going to circle my right leg forward, graze my right ankle against my left ankle, and then make a small circle, complete the small circle. We'll do 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is your toe pointed? 5, 6, 7, 8. When you complete the last circle, we'll reverse directions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll finish with the side abdominal series with banana, so you can bring your top hand that was just in front of your hips to your top thigh. The palm of your bottom hand is going to turn and press against the ground for a little bit of support and leverage. Let's inhale, lift our legs and torso simultaneously. Your top arm extends long. You should feel energy through your fingertips. Exhale, lower back down to the mat. Good job. Inhale, legs and torso lift simultaneously. Exhale, lower back down. We'll do 2 more. Inhale, lift. Your top arm would be extending to where, if you're in a room where the wall meets the ceiling, that would be a nice place for a high diagonal. Exhale, lower. Last one. Inhale, simultaneously lift the torso and legs off the mat. Exhale, lower back down to the start position with control. You can bend both knees into your chest and grab onto them with your top arm, your right arm. Take a deep breath in and breathe into your right glute and your right side body, and exhale. Now you can carefully come up to seated, and we'll do the opposite side. Now you'll be lying on your left side. I'm going to stay in the same position, and you'll see the back of me just for these next 5 exercises on the opposite side. So lie on your left side. Your left arm is long, your body's in one straight line, and your head is resting on your left arm. Your right palm is pressing right in front of your hips. Now you're going to inhale, lift your top leg to hip height, flex your top foot, lengthen it long, and lower it down to your bottom leg. Inhale, lift the top leg to hip height, flex, lengthen it long as it lowers back down. This is a nice place where it feels manageable to think about whether your hips are stacked as we get ready for the next 4 exercises. Inhale, bring your top leg to hip height, flex the foot, and lengthen it long down onto the mat. We'll do 1 more. Inhale, lift the top leg, flex the top foot, and lengthen it long as if you're trying to press your foot into the wall or whichever surface is at your feet. Lower it down. Now we're going to do double leg lift. So both legs, your inner thighs are glued together, both legs are glued together, and your heels are together, your toes are apart. Inhale, lift both legs. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Does it feel slightly easier to keep your hips stacked after thinking about it during the more manageable exercise that we just did previous to this? Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. I hope that's the case for you. We'll do 2 more. Inhale, lift. Squeeze the inner thighs together as you lower both legs down to the mat. Last one. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Now we'll do single leg lift. So you're going to inhale, lift the top leg to hip height. Exhale, bring the bottom leg to meet the top leg. And squeeze your inner thighs together as both legs lower down to the mat. Inhale, lift the top leg. Exhale, lift the bottom leg to meet the top leg. Lengthen both legs long as your legs lower down to the mat. We'll do 3 more. Inhale, lift the top leg. The bottom leg comes up to meet the top leg, and then both legs lower down. Last time, let's think about keeping our hips stacked. Woo. Exhale, lower both legs down with control. Now we're going to do small circles. So your top leg will come to hip height. Your top toe is pointed, and you're going to circle your top leg forward, graze your bottom ankle, come back around and up, and complete the circle. We'll do 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now switch directions backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The last exercise will be banana, so you can lower the top leg back down onto the mat, stacked on top of the bottom leg. You're going to bring your top palm to your top thigh, and your bottom palm, which is my left hand right now, will be pressing into the mat for stability. You're going to inhale, lift your torso and legs simultaneously. Exhale, lower back down to the mat. Sort of like you would want your eyes and toes to hit the mat at the same time in teaser. You want your torso and your legs to touch the mat at the same time at the end of banana. Inhale, lift. Feeling energy through your right fingertips as they reach to a high diagonal. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Last time, inhale, lift. Getting tired. Exhale, lower down slowly and with control. Now bend both knees into your chest. Hug those knees with your top arm, your right arm. And you can roll onto your stomach for a nice stretch. We'll do swan. We'll do a swan series. So you're lying on your stomach on your mat. Your legs are long behind you. Your feet are in a Pilates V. Your hands are under your shoulders. From here, your nose is just barely touching the mat. You're going to inhale, lift your head and chest gently. Exhale, lower them back down so your nose is just touching the mat. Just barely. Inhale, lift, head and chest. Your gaze is down towards the mat. Exhale, lower. We'll do 2 more this way. Inhale, lift. With abdominal support, sinking your belly button into your spine. Exhale, lower. Last one this way. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Now you'll extend your arms straight down by your sides with your hands next to your hips like a reverse Superman or Superwoman position. You're going to let your shoulders round forward. Inhale, retract your shoulder blades. Lift your head and chest off the mat. Keep the powerhouse engaged. Exhale, lower back down. Inhale, retract your shoulder blades. Exhale, lift your head and chest off the mat again. Ribs knit in, core engaged. Slowly lower back down. Last time, you're doing great. Inhale, retract your shoulder blades. Lift your head and chest off the mat. Exhale, lower back down. As we go through this swan series, you'll feel your inner thighs and glutes engage more as your body starts to get fatigued from lifting your head and chest. That's perfectly normal. If you want to recruit those muscles the entire time, it will help with the exercise. Now you're going to overlap your hands, one on top of the other, and bring them right in front of your forehead. You're going to glue your forehead to your hands. Inhale, lift your head and chest, keeping your forehead and hands in contact. Exhale, slowly lower down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. We'll do 2 more. Inhale, lift. Are your ribs still knit in as if you're wearing a corset? Is your belly button into your spine? Exhale, lower. You can put your hands back under your shoulders and press back into a child's pose. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Now we'll lay back onto our stomachs on our mat for swimming. So you're laying on your stomach, your feet are hips distance apart, and your arms are extended long in front of you, shoulder distance apart. We'll warm up just by lifting our right arm and our left leg off the mat. Exhale, lower it back down. Now your left arm and your right leg, the opposite arm and leg, will lift off the mat. Exhale, lower back down. Are you still engaging the powerhouse? Let's do. Exhale, lower back down. Left arm, right leg lift. My neck is in neutral. I'm looking straight down at the mat. Exhale, lower Now you're going to inhale, lift your arms, both arms off the mat. Exhale, lift both legs off the mat. And we'll do swimming. So you're going to lift the right arm and left leg an inch higher. Lower it as you lift the left arm and right leg an inch higher. Inhale, switch. Exhale, switch. Inhale, switch. Exhale, switch. Inhale, switch. Exhale, switch. You want to keep your shoulders out of your ears a few more seconds. Inhale, switch. Exhale, switch. This exercise is really good for the back extensors. We don't get to work those very often. Now switch, exhale, switch. Now you're going to lengthen your arms and legs out and slowly lower back down to the mat with control. We'll come back into a child's pose one more time. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Carefully come up to seated with your hips on your heels, and we'll come to a standing position at the back of our mats for push-ups. So you're standing at the back of your mat, your legs are glued together, your feet are in a Pilates V. Take a big smile, make a big smile, take a big smile, either one. And you're going to tuck your chin to your chest, articulate down, one vertebra at a time. When your hands hit the mat, you're going to pace out. It takes me about 4 paces with my hands forward until I'm in a high plank position. If you choose, you can lower your knees down at this point to a modified plank for push-ups. I'm going to stay in a high plank. I'm going to inhale, 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 lower my chest down to the mat. Exhale, straighten my arms and press myself back up to a high plank. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Exhale, press up. One more. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Your elbows are glued to your rib cage for the tricep push-up as you press back up to a high plank. Pace back 1, 2, 3 times. From here, articulate up 1 vertebra at a time. Inhale, bend your knees. Exhale, straighten them. Inhale, lift your heels to releve. Exhale, lower. Let's practice that one more time. Sorry, I'm on a rocky surface. It's a little bit uneven. Inhale, bend your knees. Exhale, straighten them. Inhale, lift your heels to releve. Exhale, lower. Now I'm going to do single leg push-ups. You can either continue with regular push-ups where you're in a high plank with both feet on the mat, or you can come with me with single leg push-ups. So lift your right leg slightly off the mat and point your right toe so that it's just behind your torso. From here, you're going to look into the horizon as if you're looking at a sunset. Tuck your chin to your chest. Articulate down, balancing on your left leg. Both hands should hit the mat. Then you'll pace out 4 times forward again. Make sure your hips are squared off to the mat below you. Bend your elbows. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Exhale, press up. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Exhale, press up. Last one. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Exhale, press up. Still balancing on your left leg. Pace your hands back towards your left foot. And with balance, you're going to articulate up on your left leg. Inhale, bend your left knee. Exhale, straighten it. Inhale, lift to releve. Exhale, lower it. You can bring your right foot back to the mat. And now you're going to lift your left leg up off the mat. It's extending slightly behind your back, or it's lengthening long behind you so that it's slightly behind your torso. Bouncing on your right leg, you're going to tuck your chin to your chest, articulate down. When your hands hit the mat, you're bouncing on your right leg, pace out 4 times. Square your hips off. Your left foot is at hip height, hovering off the mat. Inhale, 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 bend your arms. Exhale, straighten them. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Exhale, straighten your arms back to a high plank. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Exhale, straighten. Pace your hands back to your foot, to your right foot. Articulate up with balance and control slowly. When you get to bouncing on your right foot, you're going to inhale, bend your right knee. Exhale, straighten it. Inhale, lift your right heel to releve. Exhale, lower it. I plopped a little bit on the way down. This is an exercise that I like to do because it's something I need to work on. Now we're going to do calf raises. So I'm going to take a magic circle, place it between my ankles, just above the ankle joint. This will help if you're working on how we just ended those push-ups with bending your knees and then straightening and then lifting to releve. This will also help calf raises. It will help with the balance and building that muscle group. You can put your hands on your hip if you choose. I like to keep my arms at my side. It helps me keep my shoulders back and down. Inhale, lift your heels to releve. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. If you engage the glutes, I just found that I get more stability that way. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. With all the modifications, I would say that's honoring your body. So don't hesitate to do a modification at any point when I mention them. Last one. Inhale, lift your heels to releve. Exhale, lower. Now, you can also do the calf raises without the magic circle. I just did the magic circle because I had one here with me today. Now we're going to do shoulder bridge and toe taps. So you can come seated on your mat. Bring your hands to chest height and articulate down, one vertebra at a time. From here, you're going to inhale, bring one leg to tabletop. Exhale, bring the other leg to tabletop to meet it. Inhale, hinge from the right hip, tapping the right toes on the mat. Exhale, bring that leg back up to tabletop. Inhale, hinge from the left hip, tap the left toes on the mat below you. Exhale, come back up to tabletop. You want to try to maintain that 90-degree angle between your hip, knee, and toe as you hinge from the hip. Don't let your heel drop in towards your seat. Inhale, hinge from your left hip. Tap one more time. Now we're going to hinge down with both legs at the same time. Tap. Exhale, bring them back to tabletop. Inhale, hinge from both hips. Both legs go down, both toes tap. Exhale, bring back up. Inhale, hinge. Exhale, bring the legs back up to tabletop as you scoop your abs in, and remember to keep your ribs knit in. Lift the legs back to tabletop. You can put the left leg on the mat, the right leg on the mat. Extend your legs long. Reach your arms overhead, and we'll do one more roll up. So inhale, lift, bring your arms straight up towards the ceiling. Hands come over your thighs, tuck your chin to your chest, scoop your abs in, and roll up and over. Inhale, extend. Exhale, articulate up to seated with a long, flat back. You can bring your hands back down to your sides, and we'll finish with some stretches. I'm going to Z-sit, so I'm facing the long edge of my mat, and my left shin is facing the front long edge of my mat. My right knee is bent, and my right shin is facing the short right side of my mat. I'm going to hold on to my right ankle, just above my right ankle with my right hand. Inhale, extend your left arm straight up towards the ceiling. Take a deep breath in, and side bend to the right, reaching your left finger to the wall or the space that's towards the right of you. Inhale, return to center. Exhale, bring your left palm to the mat. Drop your left forearm to the mat and reach overhead with your right arm, side bending to the left. A question that you can ask yourself and work on is, are both sits bones still in contact with the mat? Inhale, return to center. Bring your right hand back to your right ankle, and we'll do one more set of mermaid. So inhale, reach your left arm straight up towards the ceiling, side bend to the right. You can turn your left palm towards the sky or the ceiling and shift your gaze in that direction if you choose. Now gently bring your head back to neutral. Inhale your left arm straight up. Ooh, the sprinklers just went on. We'll see if we get wet. Bring your left hand back down to the mat. Your left forearm will come down to the mat and reach overhead with the right arm to the wall or whichever space is to your left. Inhale. Exhale. Now we'll switch sides. Oh, I think we're safe. Yay. So you'll switch the direction of your Z-sit. Your right shin is parallel to the longest front edge of your mat. Your left shin is parallel to the left side of your mat, the short side of your mat. Hold on just above your left ankle with your left hand. Inhale, reach your right arm straight up. Side bend to the left with your right fingertips reaching to the wall or whichever space is to the left of you. You want to keep your shoulders and hips square in front of you, facing forward while you do this. Inhale, return to center. I hope these stretches feel good. Bring your right palm down to the mat. Let your right forearm fall to the mat. And then reach your left arm overhead. You should be reaching your left fingertips for the wall that's to your right or the space that's to your right. Inhale, return to center. We'll do one more. So return your left hand just above your left ankle, holding on. Inhale, reach your right arm straight up towards the ceiling. Shoulders are down and back. Side bend to the left. Fingertips are reaching to the left. You can turn your right palm towards the ceiling and shift your gaze towards the sky if you choose for a deeper stretch. Inhale and exhale. Bring your neck back to neutral and then come up to seated. You're going to last time bring your right palm down to the mat, let your right forearm drop to the mat, and reach overhead with your left arm to the space that's to your right or the wall that's to your right. You should feel a lot of energy coming through the tip of your left fingers. Are your shoulders shrugging up? Try to keep them down and back. Carefully come back up to seated. We'll do a few leg stretches and then we'll be finished. So you can come lying down on your, come to seated, legs, knees bent, feet flat on the floor. Bring your arms to chest height and you're going to articulate down one vertebra at a time until your back is flat on the mat and your neck and head are lying on the mat. From here, you're going to extend your left leg long, your left toes are flexed. Bring your right leg straight up towards the sky or the ceiling and hold on behind your right thigh or your right calf as you pull your right leg, your straight right leg, towards your chest. Inhale, flex your right foot. Exhale, point it. Inhale, flex your right foot. Exhale, point your right toes. We'll do this 4 more times. Point. 3 more. Point. Last 2. Point. Don't forget to breathe. Last 1. Point. Now you're going to hold on to your right leg with your left hand and let your right leg fall across your body. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Take another deep breath in and exhale. Carefully bend your right knee. Bring your right leg back to center. Bend your right knee back into your chest and now hold on with your right hand and let your right knee fall outside of the right side of your torso. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Maybe remind yourself how proud you are for staying present for these past 45 minutes and doing something to nourish your body. You can extend your right leg long on the mat, bend your left knee into your chest, extend your left leg straight up towards the sky or ceiling. Your right toes are flexed. You're going to hold on to your left leg with both hands, either behind your thigh or behind your calf. Just you want to avoid the left knee joint, holding on there. From here, you're going to inhale, flex the left foot, exhale, point the left toes. Inhale, flex, exhale, point, inhale, flex, exhale, point. Let's do one more. Flex and point. Now hold on to the left leg with your right hand and let your left leg fall across to the right side of your torso. Take a deep breath in and exhale out. Take another deep breath in and exhale. Carefully bring your left leg back straight up towards the ceiling. Bend your left knee. Hold on with your left hand to your left shin now, and let your left bent knee fall outside to the left side of your torso. Inhale and exhale. Carefully return your left leg to center. Lengthen it long on the mat. Extend your arms straight overhead. Both legs are glued together and they're long on the mat out in front of you. Last, we'll end with a roll up. Inhale, bring your arms straight to the ceiling. Bring your hands over your thighs. Tuck your chin to your chest. Scoop your abs in. Articulate up to seated, one vertebra at a time. You can drop your hands by your hips, and you're finished. Thanks for joining me today. I can't wait to see you next time. Bye.